So the overall project is called Troubled Waters.
It's actually too cold.
I'm working on the chemistry part of it, which is really just collecting sediment samples and water samples from different parts of either the river or of different estuaries and creeks that spawn from the Delaware River. We're looking for things like oil particulates, pesticides, flame retardants, pharmaceuticals, hormones, to kind of see what's in the river and what's on the soils around the river.
In 2014, Haverford College invited me to come and create an interdisciplinary documentary project. Haverford's visiting filmmaker, Vicky Funari, originated the project and teamed us up with two other faculty, chemist Helen White and political scientist Craig Borowiak. We designed the initial phase of the project and coordinated curriculum so that their classes all investigated the shared theme of waste in the Delaware River.
Alright, so there are paper towels in the bucket. But you don't want it totally full. Because when it freezes, it'll break the towel. So maybe try and get some silky stuff. Yeah, you can put them in there. We'll put them in the, there's a cooler bag. Okay. And put them back into it.
We were broken up into groups. I was in the pesticides, herbicides, and fungicides group. And we learned new techniques about how to sample water and soil in order to analyze what's in the environment, to search for pesticides in our case.
We were assigned to research a contaminant and trace it back to the company or a corporation or whomever had supposedly disposed of the contaminant.
Our job was to produce documentaries using storytelling forms that we had honed throughout the semester. The goal was to work with chemistry students and political science students to tell a story of our choice.
Documentary students went on field trips in order to both document the process of sampling that the chemistry students were undertaking, but then also to get shots of the river. It was a way of convening the classes in a format that was outside of the classroom.
I have one water, so I'm used to that.
Yeah, it's nice to be a little underwater.
Okay, so go a little bit further out, because somewhere in there's a gap. Okay. So now we want to be able to cap the bottom before the bottom is really in the water column or in the air at all, because all of that mud is just going to come looping back out if we don't. So there we go. Cap going on.
Caps on up here.
Seeing it from the political science perspective was really interesting and helpful for me because it's easy to get stuck looking at molecules and forgetting their repercussions on the rest of the world, and it was really great to have that perspective working alongside us. We had a meeting where everybody showed their final work.
We organized a public event to showcase the students' work. Chemistry students presented data visualizations. Political science students shared interactive digital maps. And documentary students screened short videos.
In the political science presentations, there was a kind of a group discussion where a lot of people started coming together around the plastics group.
Well, it's also an economic thing. Oftentimes the plastic products are the cheaper alternative, and if people don't have the economic resources to buy something else, they won't.
You have different disciplines and different people approaching this problem from different angles, and it's fascinating just to kind of see that all jive and to learn from a lot of that.
One key piece of the project was to collaborate with a community partner, so we developed a relationship with the Delaware Riverkeeper Network and the Delaware Riverkeeper, Maya Van Rossum.
My job is to make sure that anytime anyone is making a decision that could help the river or harm the river, I make sure they understand what the river needs, what the river would like to say on its own behalf, and that they don't just hear and understand what the river needs, but that they give those needs protection at the highest levels in the decisions that they make.
Interacting with Maya made the environmental issues affecting the river more real to the students. I created a website where students uploaded their work so that the Riverkeeper Network and other groups could use it in their stewardship efforts.
Another thing that I most appreciate out of this is being exposed to these ideas of community and ideas of ways of building community that I want to take elsewhere.
For Phase 2 of the project, we wanted to give students the opportunity to engage more directly with community organizations and to explore collaborative documentary techniques. So I designed a day-long mobile media workshop, during which students met members of environmental action groups and spent the afternoon with them at 3 Delaware River sites, where these groups are doing ecosystem analysis and cleanup. Students learn to create and upload audio, video, and photos with their smartphones, then documented the sites and interviewed community members about the pollution issues that they're working on.
Now this is a portion of Clearview landfill. It looks so pristine and so beautiful, but the reality is this is toxic land. For decades, so much debris and chemicals were dumped here. This was a dumping ground.
By the end of the day, we uploaded all the materials to our Tumblr site to create a multi-authored, multimedia web documentary.
I live in this watershed, and I was frankly shocked how badly polluted the creek was from a street litter standpoint.
I then curated the site so that the materials produced in Phase 1 and Phase 2 knit together to provide a rich, layered introduction to waste in the Delaware River. The site is designed so that the Riverkeeper Network members can use it in their education and outreach efforts.
I think interdisciplinary projects like this are especially important at liberal arts colleges. In order to effectively talk to somebody who doesn't know what you're studying, it's good to understand it from multiple perspectives like this. So now I could go talk to probably anybody about what I learned and what I was doing, and I would feel confident speaking in non-scientific terms and scientific terms, and I think they would be able to understand and care about the project.
I think we created a powerful pedagogical model for interdisciplinary projects that bring together students, faculty, and communities for mutual benefit. Focusing on a place like a river brings people together around their shared geography, and the documentary arts, they're a powerful way to weave together research, creative production, and civic engagement.